Homotakias. Namaste, Sarve Mere Rishta. So, Sio. Osio, my relatives. Well, this is part 2 of today's journal entry. And I'm grateful to work through to process through. And thank you for listening to me earlier, Creator. Because sharing through, processing through, I've come to a deeper understanding. I needed to speak it out loud. I needed to share it with myself. And, process through the feelings. And I've come to a deeper realization and a deeper appreciation for my soul family. Because when I reprocess that thought of don't repeat old patterns. When I took my swim, I processed through those feelings earlier and shared what I shared and went for my swim. And then it hit me when I was rinsing off after being in the pool. Wow. Wow. And it has lifted a huge weight off of me. And so I say thank you. These are our tears of gratitude and forgiveness for the streak that comes through me sometimes. We all have them. We all have them, and if you think you don't, well, good luck with that. But because I'm such an empath, and I have such a deep appreciation and love for making things better, or doing the right thing, or I don't, it's like, do I really? Is that really what I want to do? Is that really the route that my heart wants to go? And I heard myself say that this will definitely give me my prayer work. Well, that's my prayer work. But within that prayer work is what makes my heart sing. What gets my creative juices going. What gives me the oomph to live. I've built things. I have built things. I built a dog house, canine bed and breakfast and doggy daycare through my rescue. And quite successful. And it was fun. It was wonderful. then I broke free, so to speak. Took it on the road. I've taken a chaotic, crazy animal ashram, animal hospital, and made sense out of it and organized it. Working with the people several times over there in India. I took a room with thousands of boxes and made sense out of it and helped organize and create a houseless resource center in Camp Silver and ran it, and it was successful. Well, till the people no longer wanted to be clean and sober to live there. That's a whole other story. However, is that really what I want to do? Well, I felt the vibe and envisioned myself, you know, and yeah, it's an amazing thing to do. It's an amazing project. It'd be really, really cool. But is that really what I want to do? Is that what I want to do? I've had that dream. It's a great dream, a great vision, amazing. It really is. It'd be freaking awesome. But is that really what I want to do? Is that what really making my heart sing? Or is it just an escape? Is it another pattern of picking up on a dream that's maybe not necessarily mine? It's a really freaking good one, but maybe not necessarily it's me, mine. I don't know. I felt the creative juices. I felt the and then it gets down to doing it, you know, seeing myself going through the steps, and I'm going, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. So it has me pulling way back. So it's this deciphering or the critical thinking, the discernment. That's the word I'm looking. It is the discernment of what is, yeah, I don't really have words for it right now, except that those couple of statements that sent me on a tizzy and processing through some feelings and going, what the? And realizing that it really wasn't anger. It was hurt. It was like, wow. And then when I pulled back from that, processing through it, it's like, whoa, wait a minute here. Which paddy wagon am I jumping on? Because I heard myself sharing the Cobra Gypsy in me and how freeing that was and is. being an Iron Pony rider. And how much I remember sharing with my mom, yeah, I want a place that I can call mine. That when I choose to, I can land and it's there and it's like, yes. And I have my freedom. And it's just my energies and this place of, and I know how to live on the road. And so in a way, it felt like I was going backward if I would go back out on the road. In a way, it feels like I would go backward if I snagged a plot of land and created a dream. They're both a dream. And like, whoa, why limit myself? I know I can have both. And yes, that's the ultimate dream. That's the ultimate dream. However, at the same time, there's this, it needs to be several of us coming together and or maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to continue to just allow both possibilities to be there. Not as an, maybe not even really as an and or. Maybe it's an and. This I have no clue. And this is where that wisdom of, if I don't know what's right for myself, how possibly could I know what is true for the world, what is right for the world? That there is an essence inside of me, and this is what I'm continuing to connect with and to really listen to, as what is it? In the meantime, I'm setting them both aside. I'm setting them both aside. Because it feels, at this moment in time, it is beginning to feel like it is all of it is a distraction. All of it is a distraction. I'm not here to create or build anything except for my own consciousness, my own character, my own personal beingness. And these two little projects, well, I don't know how little they are, but these two projects that I'm being asked to hone in on, that is my process to move to the next space, to the next, and that will give me my clarity as to what is all of this. Besides, Mother Earth is shaking, rattling, and rolling, and I have a feeling everybody's so-called this is where we're headed is gonna get blown out of the water, so to speak. So follow the spirit crumbs, follow the what I'm being called and asked to be and do right here, right now. Not, yeah, I got caught up. I admit it. I got caught up on this whole, not that regenerating the human is wrong. There's people out there working it. There's people out there doing it. And as a grandmother spirit, the owl in the background, hey, I am praying that shit up. I am praying that stuff up. And I am so grateful to hold that space. However, that is not what I am being called to be at this moment. All of that will take its place. All of that will happen. Oh, I'm sure maybe I'll get a plot of land and have a place that is mine that I can land and go, you know? I'm sure it will take place. But I'm not setting my energy in that direction currently. Yeah, it would be fantastic to have a vehicle to cruise around in. And if it lands, you know, I've got the possibility of the loan for a while. But I ain't chasing it. I'm going to attract it. Just know that, hey, that perfect vehicle, the perfect price is going to make its appearance at the perfect time. And it will happen like that. In the meantime, I've got a couple of projects that I need to work on, that I'm being called to hone in on. And another admission is it's all a distraction. That stuff is distracting. Yeah, I connected with the dream. I connected with the feeling. I connected with the ooh, yeah, yeah. And that's what I needed to connect with. But I don't need to get caught up in it. And that's my OCD. So I'm shifting my OCD into a different direction and getting these two things done that I really feel it's actually 3. One of them I've completed and I've turned it over, and I'm going to hone in on the 2 projects that are for me. And then when the other one, and that will allow time for the team and everything, and then I'll pick up that one and begin plugging at it and like, come on, family, let's get her done. Let's get her done. So there's my Trinity. While at the same time enjoying the space that I have been gifted. Definitely a beautiful gift. So, wow, what a process. And so, those few words was, well, yeah, it definitely also got me to that space of that core wound of, I'm not what you think I am. I am not what you think I am. Because that was the very thing when I was born and has been my nemesis, so to speak, from the very, very beginning, which is I came out not what my mama wanted, and she let me know. Babies feel that shit. Babies remember that shit. So, thank you for that little fire. I really appreciate it. Because I am me. And we it was something else when I was at the grocery store today. Actually, on the way there was this lady with the cart, and we moved out of her way, and she went on by, and she said thank you, and I says, hey, been there, sister, been there, you know, pushing that cart all the way up to the grocery store, loading her up, and then having to push her all the way back. Been there. And then met her again on the way back out. And there was another lady at the grocery store, and she stopped me dead, practically scared me to death. At the, hey, it's you. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's me. Who are you? I didn't say that, but I was like, yeah. And she's like, I just love your style. We watched, me and my daughter, we're like, damn, check that woman out. When you walk by with your little dog, that's just the cutest little dog. She's like, you just got a style about you. Boy, if I was just 20 years younger, I'd pick it up. And I says, sister, just be you, you know? Do you. And be the best you could possibly be. Just be you. Do your style. She's like, well, I just love your style. And I said, well, thank you. And then we met up at the cash register again. She was behind me, and they were ringing my stuff through, and we had a few more interactions, and the cash register lady was having a blast. She ended up having to do my entire order all over again because something had gotten rung up funny and she couldn't get it redone. And this lady's like, I'm not in any kind of a hurry. And I says, I'm not either. You know, take your time. Hakuna Matata. I just make sure you get my order right. And, you know, and then I says, oh, and here's my veteran card. And she's like, oh, that's on the 15th. And I says, I was told it was on Memorial Day and Labor Day. And I said, what's this all about? And she's like, that's corporate. And I says, oh, you big business-er. Of course, you know, we have this discussion around veterans discounts and senior discounts and who honors them and who doesn't. And yeah, support your local non-big business. But this particular grocery store is about as close as I can get to. It's not, yes, they still have their corporate and they have little branches, but they're not like Fry's or Walmart. You know, Fry's is connected with Kroger's or Walmart and all of that. Albertsons kind of partially in between. But then it would be like a mile to get to. Totally local. And yeah, there's just not the selection of things that I need for me. And this is close. So it's as good as I can get. But I found that interesting. Very interesting. Just do you. Just be you. Let your song, your creativity, your voice, your style, what makes your heart sing. Do you. Do you. And so that was another little and I'm like, me? Man, I was born to ride. It just comes so freaking natural. And I'm not one to be held down for very long. I'm pretty impressed with myself in this little shift and change. But then I also understand that a part of what many of us are being called is, you know, things are going to change. Things are going to change. But when you really, really connect with your ego, and I'm saying ego, I'm talking with myself, an ego in a good way. We have to have an ego. We all have characteristics, gifts, desires, like our eye color and the essence of our makeup and buildup of who we are as this facet, as this little drop in the ocean. And we can either use it destructively, arrogantly, all caught up in it, and trying to, that, or utilizing our ego, allowing our spirit to use it to share our unique gift that we were given as this creation. Well, I've tried being the wife, land-based, all of those kinds of things. I've tried that before, and yeah, I did a great job. And broke free, so to speak, and really got my heart singing it. Yeah. Now, if I was on a plot of land where, there was, because what I created there at the doghouse was fucking awesome. It really was awesome. And yeah, once it got to that really good place, I was like, I don't want to let it go. Part of me didn't, but when I sat with it, it's like, oh, I gotta do this. I've done that, and it was a beautiful little masterpiece. Thank you. But it's kind of like that Forrest Gump thing, Thank you. And okay, now what's next? What's next? What's next? Well, is this a what's next? Okay, so you've done the motorcycle thing. You've traveled with it. You've done a great job. You mastered it. What's next? So there's so many different ways I could look at, in so many different angles, so many different possibilities. And, you start following those little forks, prongs on that fork, or those little rabbit holes, or whatever you want to call them. And, if I'm really, really, really honest, really, really, really honest, they're all awesome. They're all possibilities. They would all feed me. They're all limitless. However, so this is where the wisdom that I gained at the doghouse of being able to hold both possibilities both intentions. They're both good. They're both right. However, which one is the spirit crumbs gonna lay themselves out for? And this is where there's a power greater than me that moves through me that is going to lead that. And I just need to stay aligned in the flow and allow and see the magic take place. So, those possibilities are there, those intentions are there. They've been placed in the fire. And my job is to put one foot in front of the other, do my daily things, keep myself in alignment, keep my heart open, keep working the processes, and allow, and the two projects working, those couple of projects working, and keep my focus there, and let the other unfold as it needs to. And continue doing the prayer work for the greater good, knowing we're all being led perfectly, 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 and there is no right or wrong decision. It just is. So with that, I'm calling it a night and extending my gratitude